This past summer, Jesuit started the renovation of one of the oldest buildings at the school. Interviewing the people behind the scenes, they informed us on how the project started and the brainstorming behind it. Phase 2 of the project will be completed before the next school year.
My name is Tom Arndorfer, and I am president of Jesuit High School.
My name is Erika Tuenge, and I'm the vice president of communications. I'm also a 1994 alum of the school.
My name is Diane Salzman, and I am vice president for development at Jesuit High School.
The Smith Gym remodel process really kicked in about, I'd say about 5 years ago. And I was at a Friday Mass, and I simply was looking around. And as you well know, the Mass is the most important hour of every week at Jesuit High School. It didn't look like the most comfortable environment. It didn't look like the most sacred environment. It didn't look like the most intimate environment. We had a back row of bleachers that were kind of removed from the altar. And the seats, it all seemed to me kind of remote. It was dark. Our audio-visual equipment wasn't terrific. And I simply leaned over to my wife, Julie, and I said, we can do better.
And the impetus was to create a space in the Smith Gym that was more sacred, more comfortable, more intimate for our weekly Friday Mass, and to also make some much needed renovations to the Smith Gym, which is one of our earliest buildings on campus, so it dates to 1957, and needed some upgrades regardless. But really the main impetus was to create that space of community and worship and sacredness for our Friday morning Masses.
The inspiration would be Mr. Arndorfer's vision, definitely, and the fact that there were physical plant needs that needed to be addressed with Smith Gym, and then in addition, we wanted to be able to create a better space for our students and our community.
I just want to see the students comfortable and happy. I want to see some of our elderly community members, our grandparents. I want them closer to the altar. I want them more comfortable in their sitting space. I want to set new traditions in there. I don't want to see students on the floor anymore. And moving them in mass during communion, for example. I think it's going to be awesome. We are so thrilled with the way it's come out. We should be done next September, September of '24, and we cannot wait to launch it.
Friday morning Mass is the most important part of every week here at Jesuit High School, and it's really important to invest in our mission, and engaging in a project like this creates that space for us to celebrate and worship and pray together as a community every week. And it also renovates an existing facility and optimizes an existing facility so that we can utilize it for generations to come in a variety of ways.
We want this space to be a place where people look forward to coming, not only to play sports, of course, but and to be a spectator at games and to participate, but also to be a part of the most important hour of every week, which of course is our Mass.
I just can't wait to see the students. So I'm looking forward to seeing the students. We're going to have Mass in the round now. We're basically going to have 3 sets of bleachers instead of 1. So we're going to have Mass that allows the altar to be much more centered among the students. They should be much closer to the altar physically. They should be much closer to each other. We just hope it makes a much more energizing Mass experience for all of our students, no matter what their faith tradition.
I hope that it brings a greater sense of belonging and community and togetherness and a sense of sacredness, even greater sacredness during our Friday morning Masses. I hope that it's a space that'll be used for years and years to come, that will cause generations of students to benefit from being in that space, both at Mass and in other ways, such as athletics, other events, class meetings. You can see it being used in just a lot of different ways now that the enhancements are done to the facility. I also want to make clear that there's phase 2 of the project. So right now we have gone through phase 1, and phase 2 of the project will take place through next summer. Our hope is that, and our goal is that at the beginning of next school year, we'll be able to fully utilize that building for Mass and a variety of other uses as well.
We have to invest in our mission, and we say we're a Catholic institution. We're an institution that believes in academic excellence, but also faith formation. So we have 17 different faiths here at Jesuit. About 66% of our students are Catholic, and we have up to 1,000 students that come to our Friday Mass every weekend. And we want that to be a memorable experience, whether or not you're Catholic or not. So we want to invest in all of our students' faith formation. We have an obligation to make it an inspiring place, a comfortable place, a sacred place, and that was the goal. So we touched literally every piece of that sacred ground. It used to be a gymnasium, which we transformed into a chapel on Friday mornings. And our philosophy was we wanted a chapel that transforms into a gym. And I hope that at the end of the process, and we're not complete yet, but we're getting close, we hope that people look at it and say, wow, this is really an investment in our mission at J High and in faith formation of our students.